Hi, my name is Sherene Loi. I went to Caulfield Grammar Wheelers Hill campus and I graduated in 1990. I'm currently a medical oncologist, which means I treat patients with cancer. I work at the Peter MacCallum Cancer Centre in Melbourne, next to Melbourne Uni, and I also have a lab where we do breast cancer research. I kind of chose areas of medicine where there are lots of strong female role models, so I feel that impacted on my career choice. So medical oncology was a new specialty and that had a lot of female mentors. Breast cancer research obviously has a lot of female leaders in it. And when I went to Europe and worked in France and Belgium, that actually has a very different attitude to female leaders. There are a lot more females in higher senior positions, and of course there are many other things that facilitate there. For example, childcare is free, you can drop your child off at 8 o'clock. There are lunch provided, so you didn't have to worry about that. So lots of little things that facilitate working as a mum as well. I very much like the maths and sciences. Because I was one of the first intake of girls, I was one of 2 girls in the maths group. However, that was fun because it was kind of a bit of a bonding experience and we always thought we were much smarter than all the boys anyway. So I don't think that inhibited my love of maths and science. However, I did do medicine, and that's because I wanted to do a few other things in my life, such as travel, and I thought that doing medicine would help me travel the world a little bit more easier than doing an engineering degree, etc. But of course now it's very different. You can travel the world doing anything you want, but that was at that time. And I think back then, our career choices were a little bit more limited and more traditional in a sense, because of that was the role modelling that we saw on TV, the doctor shows and the lawyer shows. But I think now the world is a very global and connected place, and there are many more career options for males and females coming through. I don't remember his name, but I had a very good career counsellor at that time. He was very kind. And so even though I wasn't sure at the time, he said you could always start in one career and change. So I think that was very good advice. Even though there were a few females doing maths and science, there was never any talk about me not doing that. So I think that was also very helpful. I also had very good maths and science teachers. Again, I don't remember, but I remember feeling like it was a fun class. Of course, high school teaches you resilience because I hated sport, but I still remember doing cross-country, running around Jells Park and running up that hill and hating it. But I'm still a keen runner today. So I think sporting choices in high school does influence how you keep active later on. I played tennis and was tennis captain, in some of the junior levels, and I still play tennis, and that's fun. So I think a lot of that stays with you, what you do in high school, even though you may not appreciate it at the time and hate it. And I was in musicals and I still sing. So, a lot of those things impact you on ways that you never realise until you're older and you see your own children go through. So work-life balance is very topical. I think when you're doing a job that you love, you just have to realise that things are just going to get a little bit chaotic most of the times. So it's much harder when the kids were younger, of course, and I was always the last to pick them up after school, or they were left behind somewhere, or they didn't have any lunch, etc. But I think everyone just manages, and as long as you're doing a career that you feel that you're having an impact on the world, then I think you just need to keep doing that and enjoy what you do, and everything everyone will be all right. That's the attitude I've had. You can ask my children in about 10 years.